Q&A. We have some of the usual crew. We have a new wonderful guest.
Guest appearance. Yeah, seeing if you'll keep me for the whole thing.
Right, so we'll do
I'm no more Jesus. This is the problem.
No more Jesus.
I know. I was very tempted.
Was it last week we had more Jesus, or the week before?
The week before that.
That was the week before. Yeah.
I think we all can. We can admit that we wanted more Jesus here. Really.
Yeah.
Next time.
If we all put our hair together, we might be just as glorious. But
Not a chat.
not separately.
Okay, anyway, do you want to do the usual intros? We'll go with the intros first, and we'll talk about today's stream.
Mod Pi, I'm a gameplay programmer. I work on the combat team and the ninja team.
And you're owner of the PiPad.
And the owner of the PiPad.
I'm Osborne, lead designer now, so I have all the power, as it were. Well, not really. Got some story stuff that I do as well.
I'm a Mod Skelpie, project manager, lead ninja, and I have my legs crossed. Get over it.
I don't.
Get over it. I
don't have my legs
spreading.
No.
Anyway, we've got. I'm Mod James. Welcome to the stream. We've got a load of random questions today. Some high-level topic questions, some Runelabs-esque questions, and we also got a little competition.
It's not a competition.
No, we just want you to name something that might be going into RuneScape.
Maybe.
I don't know what you've told them. Might be going into
We'll cover it.
I'm pretty sure we'll cover it.
We'll explain it. We've got some straw polls, some cool straw polls as well today. But kick off with an icebreaker from Fat M asks, apart from the 4 of you, who else in the office would you describe as the most fly?
Mod Jesus.
I think Mod
Jesus.
No, honestly, if you've ever seen that man dance, it's amazing. He is actually
I've not
fly.
seen him dance.
I haven't seen his mates. Can you
No,
show them?
I wouldn't do him justice. I'm not.
You know it'd be a meme immediately. You know it. You're wise. You're wise in the ways of dance.
In fact, I did see him use a few moves against Mod Ramen yesterday, I believe. So
Yeah, he's probably the least fly.
Shots fired! I hope he's
I've been complaining about people bullying Mod Ramen, and now here I am, just with the first shot in. It's like, stop bullying, bam!
leave him for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Mod Ash. Like,
It's the easy answer.
he's a funny guy. It's like, as you see him on the stream, he's the exact same at the office, to be honest. Like, exactly the same. He's a cool guy.
We're probably not the most fly of people, are we, really?
No.
Hate to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not cool.
And then,
No, not cool
I was
at all.
born ginger. I didn't get a good start.
and then the other icebreaker was Blackland asks, what does Mod Osborne think of his face being at the bottom of the RuneScape subreddit?
Oh man,
at the
I
minute,
love
you're
it.
at the top at the minute.
It surprises me. It's like, yeah, let's scroll down to the bottom. Bam! There it is again. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. At least when I was at the top as well, there was a period of time where I was at the top too.
You are at the top now at the minute because you've got the 50,000 followers,
really?
and your face is like
your
flying.
face is part of the little triangle thing. This is good.
Oh man, I'm so proud. Oh,
So you're just
I've
proud.
arrived.
And then the final one was from Autumn Elite, which asks, would you rather never be able to enter the Elf City or the Grand Exchange ever again? Hang on.
It's the G.
There's a G
I'd have to
in the
keep
Elf
the G.
City. So
Is it just us or everyone?
just does, I guess.
Just us.
Would you rather?
If we disabled one on your account, which would it be?
I'd have to keep the GE. Just like I've done all quests, so it doesn't matter that much to me actually.
Yeah.
But then no one trades outside of the GE anymore.
Yeah,
so
you have to
this
get
is-
anything.
that would be crippling. Like,
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. GE.
I don't know. I need thieving training.
are you even? You are actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got levels.
You got pyramid plunder. Like that's pretty damn.
Come
fast.
on.
If it's not AFK.
It's not AFK. Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on to some more serious topics? We've got some big topic questions this week. We'll have loads of questions on Runelabs, etc. You can ask questions at any point in the chat. We have someone who will pick them out. So anything you've got to add, put it in the chat and we'll pick some of those questions out. You can also ask them on Twitter at #RSDevQA as usual. First big topic question was from Flamboginger.
I just tapped my mic then. That must have been horrible.
Sweet name. Kudos.
What's happening with the seasonal high scores following some of the recent Reddit threads?
Oh,
That's
yes.
your way, I guess.
Fun times. Yeah. Well, if anyone looks at it today, like the person who has been top for a while isn't top anymore. In fact, they're not on there because once again we've had to ban people for cheating.
This is your favourite thing in the world, isn't it?
No, it's not. I reran seasonal high scores because I thought it'd be a nice thing to do. People requested it. Thought, yeah, we can rerun it. It's fairly quick to do, and we can just leave it. But no, it's turned into a massive chore. To be honest, I'm really getting quite annoyed with it. And to be honest, I am probably going to remove some of the seasonal high scores from that list, that schedule that I kind of posted out beforehand, because
the ones that prone to cheating.
I don't have time for this. I got really quite annoyed on Thursday when it was our tap day, and I came in and I ended up spending up most of the day just looking at seasonal high score cheaters and stuff, So I mean, I'm not against seasonal high scores. I think in the future, if we do rerun, we do more, we'll need to design them better. So stop them being endurance things. So like have them only for like a couple of hours or one day sort of thing. So people aren't wanting to have account shares and stuff like that, and keep to the kind of stuff that's more solo. So we've got some other ones coming up, which is like solo Zillion kills and solo dungeoneering and stuff like that, and that should be a lot better. But these kind of ones with I'm thinking about like wilderness kills and most deaths, like they're coming up, and
they kind of promote using an old account to.
I mean obviously you're big on your PKs
one, and a PKer never wins the wilderness kills one. Like it's been a big gripe of me since.
It's got nothing to do with skill, like how good of a PK
pay
you are.
9 friends to stand there and get barraged. It's
so to be honest, I'm probably going to remove some because we don't have time to constantly monitor these things.
It's been hard coming in to work each day and seeing Jagged Skelpie cry. Just seeing
I've been enjoying
human tears. You've been next to him, just catching them.
I saw him so upset the other day. He was dressed as a clown. Armadin asks, this is one from Mod Osborne. It's quite a long one, so bear with me. You've said you want to round off the God storyline next year.
Yep.
What does this mean specifically? Is it the Stone of Jas storyline in particular? Will we still see gods in 2017 and beyond? Any teasers we can expect in 2016 following the results of your survey?
It's a question Trojan horse. I love those, but they stealth get in 3, and then it opens up. So the God storyline, we're talking Stone of Jas and Sliskay. So those are. This is it. I'm calling it Sliskay's Endgame now. I like that as a title. That seems to cover it all. So that kind of game that he's setting up, that will be ended, hopefully, if all goes to plan, next year. So that's what we're going to be talking about in RuneFest, what that means, how many quests that is.
So this is the big speech. RuneFest is coming up. The big speech at RuneFest, is this going to be involved in that? Are you going to be involved in that?
Apparently Mod Mark might be sharing the stage with me, which would be great. Yeah, that's it. So I can crowbar in my own things that other people don't know about and surprise everybody else with my ideas. That's the first part. What are the other questions I've got now?
So the Stone of Jas storyline, which I think you just covered.
Oh, the God's still going to be there?
The God's going to be in 2017 and beyond.
It's going to have a big impact. So obviously it's going to have an effect on some gods, all of these stories that are leading up to a big kind of crescendo. But the intention is that gods still play a part in our storyline. I don't think you're going to get to a point where they're all just going to be cast out completely, because we want them to be affecting the game world. If gods are stomping about the world in one person's game but not in the other, that's a pretty big difference. So they'll still play a part in future storylines, just that Sliskay Stone of Jas stuff. Okay,
and then what about the other part of it was the final part in the Trojan Horse, the survey you did, so the recent survey, the results. You shared some of the results.
Yeah, I'm happy to. So I was really chuffed to see that there was a quest in the top 5 most appreciated updates. So I'm happy to say that Fate of the Gods 2 was actually in the top 5 most wanted updates for 2016. So I think you can be safe in knowing that we've kind of registered that, acknowledged that.
And then the question's from Armadin.
So rite of passage. There's that rite of passage subtext. There was 4 questions in the Trojan Horse.
I think there's some questions in there in the Runelabs area about that.
Exactly. So rite of passage came midway. There was quite a lot of interest in it, but it's still midway in that group of updates in the survey.
Okay, and then we'll jump this one because it comes straight back to yourself. But we'll go to Colifin and asking, why is it that fixing combat issues, both systematic and small and individual issues, are generally treated with low priority?
I think there's kind of more
that one, more for us to. I don't get to.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say they're low priority. I mean, we were discussing this earlier. I think you compared to some other fixes and stuff, they're not. Quests and stuff are probably lower than that.
In terms of fixes, we've got them on our backlog. We do want to work on them. We're getting through them. The problem I think at the moment is what we're talking about was like the Ninja guys. You guys are very got a lot of projects hitting at the moment.
Yeah, we're a bit too much project focused.
Yeah,
still trying to get the right balance.
There's a few things that you'll be seeing popping up on kind of release schedules and kind of hints
Yeah.
and teasers of these these projects that you guys are working on. But there's kind of light at the end of the tunnel. After that, then we can start hitting the hit list.
The S hit list.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely got.
We've talked about so many things, defenders and shields and etc. Look at me trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about, but you've got the list.
Right. Yeah, we got the list. We're working through it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the chat has noticed where you've placed your hands.
All right.
I was just like laughing on the side, trying to have a conversation with you about something quite serious. I'm like,
Cheers, guys.
Oh, the pillow.
I must
Safety pillow.
I'll go a size up next time.
Right, Zed Socrates asking, since when Osborne is on, can we have some on the spot lore? So
on the spot lore.
You've been watching these the Q&As live, haven't you?
Oh yeah, you guys creating stuff.
And
I'm just shaking my head at the live streams.
We keep doing on the spot lore. Can we have some on the spot lore for the elite cow?
The elite cow.
Hang on. And he's also asked, make it beefy.
Make it beefy.
Terrible.
That is poor. Oh man, whatever I say, I really want to go up on Rune Wiki by the end of today. That's what I want. Very tempted to just say your mum's an elite cow, but that might be too brutal. Is it brassica? Eating that little leaf of brassica? Nah, that's too easy. I like to imagine Glod. So Glod the giant, from Grim Tales. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Yeah, I reckon he's fed it, some of his magic beans. That sounds like a euphemism. Or the cow just painted a range on his face. And just people were feeding him pies. There's so many ideas. Let's go for the brassica.
Okay.
I want to see that on Rune Wiki by the end of today.
So he's eating some brassica prime leaves.
Yeah, done.
Some prime brassica leaves.
Okay.
Spot lore.
And that's it for our kind of big questions today. The next thing we're going to go into Runelabs. Before we do, we have a clown. The image is going to be on screen.
I saw you
in a second. So
photoshopping
we go. The clown's on the screen right now.
So yeah, this is a clown, obviously. We want you to name it. Mod Timbo is currently upstairs. He's reading the chat, so he'll be taking your
alternatively, you can tweet him.
Idea. Alternatively, you can tweet him.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hashtag RS name this clown at Mod Timbo.
Bobo,
Let him know your
Bonzo,
ideas.
The Joker.
And yeah.
Jeremy.
Let's see some of them.
We see any that we're like.
No, we can't name him.
We'll potentially put in.
Chuck, name it Pie.
Yeah, I've seen some great ones. Jeff, Mike.
You
guys are so imaginative. I love it.
No one said Dave yet.
He's not Kelpie the Clown.
Kelpie the Clown. It really is. You can see it. So yeah.
My immediate thing was Kappa the Clown, but it's too memey.
Too easy.
That's too dank.
Too easy. Too dank. Yeah.
Dank the Clown.
All right.
Let's go with a nice clown name. Something appropriate.
So the core aims here is it's got to be nice.
We're not calling Obama.
Excellent, guys. You're really helping us here.
I'm seeing my name a lot. It's not happening.
All right.
Anyway, so in the chat you can spell your names to the clown, and Mod Timbo will pick a name for that clown. Are you gonna definitely? Is he gonna make up a name later based on some of these names?
If we see one that we like, we're not guaranteeing it. So
Okay.
we're just looking for a nice name.
You can reach out later this
I think
year anyway.
Timbo's initial idea was to call it Jilly Winnikers or something like that.
Jilly Winnikers.
Jilly Willikers.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Yeah, don't even do it.
No.
It's a clown name.
All right. Anyway, so Runelabs. We went to Runelabs.
Yeah.
First question asking what's happening to Runelabs over the last month? Changes.
Yeah, we started chatting about it. So it reached a kind of pivotal point because the next Runelabs criteria was going to bring out an update for January, and obviously
so that's past the year end.
Yeah, we always try to do this. 2016 is the year of parrots or something. You try to get a really kind of big message behind each year. It's not parrots, so it started affecting how we were planning 2016, which is happening now. So we thought we'd kind of look at how many people are using it. And it came out that we looked over all the period of Runelabs. 10% had done an upvote, the support, and 4% had given an idea. And that wasn't really the numbers we were going for when we first put out Runelabs. We wanted something that like a big proportion of the players were using. That hasn't quite happened. There are a number of reasons for that. I mean, if you go on the FAQ, you can see that, I mean, one of the biggest reasons that we think it is it just didn't launch feature complete for some people. We need trending, you know, and some other kind of moderation things that we could have done. And we also kind of did a survey, chucked out a survey on Runelabs, and it came back like, it was rated like 1 to 5, where 1 was like, you know, strongly disagree and 5 was really agree with stuff. And everybody was just putting it down the middle, neither disagreed or agreed about a number of things about Runelabs. And it just came across that people were indifferent about some of the things that we were doing. Yeah, a little bit mad. That kind of hurt us. Like Kelpie again, there's more tears. So we decided...
dressed up as a clown again.
So don't dress as a clown.
If you keep it up, I might get some XP then.
Yeah, true. I did voice break. And we knew that because Runelabs updates were coming out every month, and as there wasn't much engagement, not a huge amount of engagement with it, it was like a small proportion of determining updates for a lot of people. So we thought the best thing to do was just to reduce it down a little bit, get the players to vote on how we're reducing it.
So that was the latest poll.
That was the latest poll.
So that's what do we call those? Player power poll.
Yeah, sorry, I saw Pornflix the clown, so which we're not doing there. We're not doing that.
That we draw out of. Yeah, we decided to do that. Where were we?
The player power poll.
Yeah, that's at the player power poll. Put out a FAQ about why we're making the changes.
And currently big, medium, small is winning.
Yeah.
Like a Runelabs month, isn't it?
Yeah, Runelabs month basically. We've got a straw poll on this actually. I don't know if we're a wee bit early on this. So a few people have asked me why is it all in one month. I just wanted to reveal like kind of our vision of what that month would be like. And there are 2 different ways we could go about it. One of them that I really like, just loading this poll, this straw poll by the way, is that we would give you an area, and that would be the large, and you would determine what new kind of continent, island extension to the game map goes in there. If it's underwater city, you know, fossil island.
So this is, are we talking Elf City?
That's it. We're talking
that big or
maybe.
smaller?
I mean, Elf City came out in 2 batches, so it's quite hard to map. I'm probably the size of one of those batches. Stick that in there, and then for the rest of the month, people are suggesting things that go in there. And this is your area. You know, you determine the skill updates, maybe a quest that goes in there, that sort of thing. And really filling up an area, and this is yours. So that's one option. Or stop doing the criteria. You tell us, like, guys, we don't want to sit here any more criteria.
Just freedom to
suggest large, medium, and small. Just get it all out in a month. So the straw poll I want to know is: do you want that area that is yours, or do you want just freedom to determine your criteria?
So the straw poll we have, we're going up with those 2. The 2 options. One obviously is the new area. The other option is freedom to suggest anything is the option.
That's it.
The straw poll will be in the chat now. Feel free to click on the link in the chat, vote away, and we'll come back to the results in about 2 minutes or so.
I think Western Bob 1 has nailed it with Clown City. I think it's inevitable, really. I love it.
In the meantime, while we wait for the results from that one, do you want to answer the question, what will happen to the current winning poll option if it comes out on top?
So this month one.
Yeah, this one.
Well, we'll do it. I think.
Well, it's a survey poll, isn't it? So the implication was that it wasn't necessarily guaranteed.
But I think we all kind of like it.
Yeah, I think we like it. I think we're probably going to go for it. Obviously, the vote can change, but we haven't seen many polls that have had that big a swing. We think it's probably going to win, so we're starting to prep for it being the winner.
Okay, yeah. And should we wait?
That's pretty even. Yeah, so new area is just in the lead against freedom to suggest anything. So that's really close.
That is very close.
Yeah.
What do you take away from that?
That there's no
always
obvious
hard.
winner.
There's always hard when they come out like that, isn't it?
3 out of 5. That's what I take away from that.
3 out of 5. It's indifference again.
It's indifference.
It's indifference. Damn it. I think we need another straw poll. Are you indifferent? Yes, no, indifferent.
Yes, no, not sure.
Just other Runelabs questions now. Just go through some.
Rattle through them.
We do have another straw poll. We'll do that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we'll jump into some more Runelabs questions from Sneaky Gamer. What is the ETA for fishing in Prifnidus?
I got it wrong last week. I got a lot wrong last week. But I believe I said October. It's actually September.
Okay.
There you go.
That's
Brought forward a month. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Kai299, which I believe is Anarchy Time.
Well, Archie time.
Archie time. Archie time.
You know he's actually changed his name now.
I know.
That's brilliant.
Could Runelabs get a downvote feature, which I swear could Runelabs get a downvote feature?
Nope.
Yes,
No.
So, yeah. The reason being is that we also have polls. We recognise like we're always going to get more people voting in polls than in Runelabs. We were hoping for more people in Runelabs, but we always had that two-tiered system. Like stuff gets supported on Runelabs, then it goes to a final poll to see which one gets picked. So there is we do have a two-tier system. We also worry about season high scores. As an example, you can't trust everyone, and I really don't want people like abusing like the downvote thing, like deliberately downvoting people to be mean, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We're hoping the good will out, like on the polls, like the good content. When it's down to actually what you putting in game, people will vote up that top idea.
Guys, just so you know, I saw it in my inbox today.
Sorry, just in the poll that's
the
come out.
broadcast system got hotfixed this morning, so Sibomi shouldn't be spamming you anymore. Because it's coming up in the chat a lot.
Yeah, well, you turned his broadcast off, didn't he?
Yeah, it did.
Do we know what was wrong? Or we have no idea?
Yeah, we do know what was wrong with
Okay.
it.
Okay, fair enough.
Does this get classed as bug abuse? Can we ban him?
It's been
We're
me.
joking.
We know who Mod Calky's best friend is.
We're joking.
From LT Shadow asking, what is one thing you think is wrong with Runelabs?
Go on, you first.
One thing?
One
thing.
One thing.
You've got to choose one thing.
I think a lot of our issues are down to our moderation of it. We've never we launched it and it's been it started off pretty much just the CM team and myself sort of thing. Cannot keep up with that. We've always we did discuss having like player mods, like doing that sort of thing, or like a new type of mod or something like that. But it's hard to give someone that kind of control when it's other players' ideas kind of on the line there sort of thing, and there's enough controversial stuff.
Controversy?
Yeah.
Can't say words.
I mean, I do think a
other
lot of good
mods
stuff
and
has
stuff.
come from it. We are digging into Runelabs a little bit here, but I do think like Dragon Update was great. I think
The Seren Quest looks really cool.
Seren Quest looks fantastic, and most of these wouldn't have come out without the push. Oh, sorry, at least wouldn't have come out this year without the push from Runelabs. So it's worth mentioning there is some real good stuff. I think that for me, it's like that feeling of like, what's the point? Sometimes with people, they've got an idea, but they just like it's going to get lost, or it's there's the good ideas aren't rising to the top or something. So I really would want to remove that kind of what's the point attitude. I'd really like people to think, I really should do this because I've got a good chance, because it's a good idea. So there are various ways of doing that. I mean, we've been talking about, with Mod Raskas?
Yes.
And his team, we've been talking about trending and random ideas as filters. So those are their priorities when it comes to Runelabs. So we're going to do that first.
Okay.
And just so we're not forgotten about Runelabs, we're still going to give it its chance before we make that next decision.
Okay. Well, what's the sort of time frame on the next decision?
Once those updates go in for me. What I want to see is I want to see if people start taking it up a bit more based on that, and also obviously we've got the Runelabs big, medium, and small. Once those are in, and we've seen people kind of getting engaged with those, then we'll get a better idea too.
Okay. We have another question coming in from the chat from Vicora asking, can Runelabs votes be hidden or something so that ideas that are submitted later in the month have a chance?
No. Well, we talked about random ideas and stuff. And I think if you actually went to the webpage and with your first list of stuff, ideas that you see is randomized, then I think that would be better.
Yeah, I think that loses a little something. First of all, you lose that kind of community kind of, this thing is in second place, I want it in first. I want it in third. I want it in first. So you're like getting behind an idea. But also that kind of, it's a search thing. I want to filter the best ideas. I want to see a lot of good ideas rather than trying to trudging through a lot of stuff, and there is a lot of stuff. Which kind of leads to another straw poll we've got. If it's okay to do it?
So yeah,
I'm
would
taking over.
you rather that we regularly cleared out Runelabs ideas or keep collecting them?
In a kind of pool. Yeah, so when it comes to like these new criteria we're talking about that are in the poll at the moment, big, medium, small, should we just kind of clear out the ideas that are in there? Obviously kind of taking note of the good ones, we still would do that. just so that there's a kind of level playing field, or should we just keep Runelabs as a kind of pile of ideas that are always there?
Yeah, I think we're talking about this kind of month of Runelabs thing, and that's going to be, let's say, like around about 3 months worth of Runelabs deciding what that content's going to be, and then for the rest of the year, it's going to be open.
Yeah.
You kind of like what I've set it to today. Runelabs is open. Put your ideas in there. Let's see what gets to the top. As a Ninja team, we'll be looking at a lot of the smaller stuff, and we're more likely to take stuff up. It's particularly helpful as a Ninja team that we see stuff get supported. Like Reddit's always good for us because we can see actually people like this idea. When people tweet us an idea, it's hard to say, yeah, that's kind of okay, but do people really care about this, or is this just one person? So people actually supporting stuff is really good. We can see stuff over time. We can probably set a limit and say, if your idea gets over 3,500, 5,000 supporters, then we'll definitely comment. Review and comment sort of thing.
That's it. So straw poll. Do you want to keep? Do you want to clear them out every so often, like rinse it out, keep it clean, or do you want to kind of keep those ideas in a big pool so that they're archived and all the good ideas remain there?
Okay. Well, that straw poll was in the chat. I think it's been and gone. You've missed
Well, it's there.
Oh wow. Okay. Didn't need to round that up.
You've missed it.
To clear out.
You can change the votes, but I think it seems very much on clear out RuneScape there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to know.
Which I think is what I prefer, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it kind of clears out a lot of the clutter. Each year you have your like 3 months of like deciding what the month is going to be, and then for the rest of the 9 months you have a whole long run of just everyone putting their ideas up, seeing what's there sort of thing.
No, it's really useful because obviously people are precious about their ideas. They put their passion into it, and I didn't want to clear them out.
But you resubmit sort of thing, and I think most people recognise that they put their ideas in there doesn't get a lot of supporters. They're not going to keep on putting in for the sake of it sort of thing.
Cool.
And the final question on Runelabs was from Ultimately. When Runelabs began, we were told we would be able to pick an Alpha City-sized update in Q3. Is this now been scrapped, or will it still go ahead?
I don't think that was Runelabs, was it?
It wasn't really linked to Runelabs. I think it's just a similar time when we started talking about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it is player power, but it was more linked to polls and stuff. It wasn't actually part of Runelabs.
Is it going to be like similar to the Alpha City?
Could have been tied into the Runelabs sort of thing. But
yeah, I mean, so we were already pitching something that's very big with the idea of an area.
That's pretty big.
So that's pretty hefty, so that's something we'll probably look at relabbing towards the end of this year, I guess, maybe towards the start next. And I mean, we still really like polls.
Yes.
Yeah, and the idea of player power. Sorry, good hesitation. I hate them.
No, I do like polls.
I think there will be kind of ideas that we've got. We're not sure whether or not to go for one or the other. I know for a fact we've been looking at 2016, and there are just months where we're like, should we go for that or should we go for that? I'm imagining that we'll do some big polls based on those. So the idea of a big September one might not happen. It might slip a month or two, but the idea of big polls is still going to happen.
All right, cool.
But you also have to remember that we recently switched the team around a bit. Things change, and as a result, like it's not fair for Connor and yourself to have to do everything that we've kind of discussed previously, because we change things around and stuff. So.
New Mindas can Runelabs be implemented in the game from the Twitch feed.
Oh, that's quite a big one actually.
Yeah,
it didn't come through at all.
That's really good. I mean, one of the reasons that we feel that Runelabs, one of the ways that Runelabs could have been more popular is if you could just flip to a tab and then start doing it in game. Absolutely, that'd been awesome. It's actually a huge amount of work. I know you hear this a lot in the live streams. Oh, it's going to take a lot of work.
That was a meme on Reddit, wasn't there? It was like something spaghetti code.
So we've prioritised trending and random first, but that is the next one on. Is getting in-game presence.
Okay.
I would like that trending list in-game, and you can see kind of like...
But it's a little bit further off.
Yeah, you can always see the stuff that's kind of going on and stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of people saying NXT, no.
Yeah, we get this every week.
We need to get
not this
features
week.
up or something.
Not this week.
Not this week. Maybe we'll
come back next week, see what happens.
No.
We'll tell you when we're ready to tell you about NXT.
Immediate
we
slap
say
down.
every
Love
week.
it.
Yeah.
We had some ninja questions. Cytirina asking, can we please up the music playlist? You can get 12 songs in it at the minute out of 1,000 plus total.
I'm sure we could.
Barely anything, unhappy face.
Doable, I checked before.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, how quick would you reckon it'd be?
Pretty damn quick, actually.
Cool. In which case then it's more likely to happen sooner.
Is it PyPad worthy?
Do you want me to put it in the PyPad?
Oh, I don't
in
mind. I
PyPad.
mean, I don't. I
The
personally
Pad
don't-
of Hope was his original name, if you remember.
I personally don't listen to the tracks or put them in playlists, but
I'll put it in big
I forgot
capital
my pad.
letters.
I'd already got a name for it and everything. The D-pad.
The
I was ready to go, but completely forgot it.
Melfeist TW asking. Oh, we have a poll for this one as well, so we'll just go for the straw poll. When is the Kingdom of Miscellania finally going to reset at midnight UTC? So currently 1
Probably
a.m.
explain
game
the
time.
straw poll on this one first.
Straw poll. Go on then. Explain the straw poll.
So currently the Miscellania work restricts you to 24 hours to make sure that you get enough things when you collect.
I don't see. This is you always explain this to me, right? And you look at the code, so I believe you, right? But at the same time, is I can't collect it. And at the point I can collect it, it gives me the exact same things every day. So it's literally just hitting a point in time where it's like, it's been long enough now. Have 1 day's worth of stuff based on approval rating. So surely it doesn't collect stuff like at a point, and then at midnight you'd get 80% from your last. You know what I mean?
That's
calling
not
it out.
how it works. That's not how it works.
It's how it should work.
if you basically if you looted it at 11:59
Yeah.
and then looted it again after reset, you get like 3 herbs.
Okay, okay. So at the minute you can only loot it after 1 day. Okay.
Yeah.
Or 2 days, or 3 days. I can't loot it like 3.5 days and get 3.5 days worth of stuff. I still only get 3 days worth of stuff, and then it resets at midnight, and I get 1 day's worth of stuff for half a day.
It must be doing something funky. That code is really old and chunky. But
Something spaghetti.
that's what I'm thinking. Like,
So I don't mean to just argue with you on stream, but I want it to reset at midnight.
I get what you mean.
I want it to
we
reset at
can
midnight.
discuss this a
We
bit
can
more.
talk
So
about
if you're not aware at the
Are we
minute,
going to
it
switched off?
resets.
don't know if it's straw poll
It
still.
currently resets right at the point in time that you completed the quest, which could have been in like 2005.
And you're asking to move that time to the reset
The players
time.
wanted to move to reset time. So at the minute, for me, for my personal account, it's like 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Mhm.
But for another player, it can be 6 p.m. in the afternoon. It's just the reset time. Everyone just wants it, just like move everyone's to midnight. Is what they're asking for.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the word, but I get what you mean.
I could look at the code, all right?
Okay. So we're
And see what I can do.
Feeling some tension.
I feel like this should go on the PyPad then.
That's not straw poll.
It's oh my god. We get asked this question every week, so I've just finally decided, players, I'm gonna get this solved for you.
Is it us? Because it always comes from you.
There you go,
It's
look.
not from me.
But you
what
know, we can
happens
look at it.
when
I don't think we need to straw
The
poll
lead
it
of
anymore.
RuneScape
No,
takes
I
control.
He's
don't
like,
need to
just put it in there.
Let's move on. We'll discuss this afterwards. You clearly feel really passionate about it. And
They should be happy for me. You owe me. You owe me, players. You owe me. I've had to have a high tension on stream debate for this. Okay, awesome RSS. Who threw that? Was that? I was like reading this. Kind of, thought it came from over there. Anyway, Possum RS asking, can we have the ability to add a suitcase and briefcase to the player in-house treasure trail chest?
probably.
Probably.
It's
Good
not.
balance.
It's not like when I look at when I look at the list of ninja fixes that I want to do and stuff. It's not going to be anywhere near the top.
Yeah, they're easy and medium rewards that are super rare. Not super rare, but fairly rare. QX asking, can we have a right-click option on bank tabs for a quick value? This would only work if you'd purchased a wealth evaluator.
I spoke to the relevant team about this beforehand, and they said,
Isn't this the dude do the bank tabs? Do the bank tabs, man, aren't you?
I didn't do the wealth evaluator.
Ah, okay.
That's the important part.
and they were like, yeah, that's a cool idea. So, yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
It's probably not
It's a
going to
good
come
idea.
from Ninja.
Because at the minute you can only do your bank. You can see what wealth's in your bank
Yeah.
with the wealth evaluator.
Yeah, it's
It'd be
good.
cool to see a tab.
Yeah.
Marius Veras asking, my question is for Mod Calpi. There are a lot of good ideas for skilling bosses on Runelabs currently, and I was wondering why the Ninja team hasn't chosen one yet.
Why are you doing a ninja boss? Skinning boss, come on.
Well,
Should we be making a skilling boss as the Ninja team?
Ninja's not
No.
a team for a skilling boss. I also disagree. Like,
We could fix another
I
boss.
still
to
feel
add a
like-
skilling boss.
still feel like I haven't seen an idea for a skilling boss that really clicks.
Weirdly, it was kind of really high up on that survey we did. People were quite hot for a skinning boss.
I think they have been forever, but we've never really delivered.
I think
Yeah,
they
maybe it's
like
probably
the
banded around.
idea,
Yeah.
but actually like filling in the gaps and
Yeah.
making a really cool skilling boss that requires as
When
much
they're doing 50 fires next to a
yeah,
boss.
as much
Or
skill
like
as
pushing
like,
boulders over.
say a Raxor.
I think there's ways
Yeah,
of
I
doing
mean, the
it.
thing
I
is
think
as
there
well is like when you do a Raxor, you're risking your gear and stuff. Skilling boss, it's very hard to do that. I know people have tried, but it still doesn't.
It doesn't mean
do that,
the boss
you know?
doesn't attack you though. What's to say the boss couldn't be attacking you? You've got to wear defense armor and still eat.
I quite like the idea of kind of
The
half
idea
my
is-
XP or double, risk reward. I'm going to halve my XP for the next, few hours of playtime in non-combat skills or something like that. There's something there.
The players are not going to do that.
No. That's if they fail. That's the failure.
Oh, okay.
But the risk reward, and the reward is, you get crazy amounts of XP or, kind of skill modification items. People are saying no. Better ideas than that. But there's something there.
The thing is, even though people have always asked for it, we've never given them a skilling boss that is a true skilling boss where... Oh, actually, do you know the unicorn in Underground Pass? Where you just...
Yes.
You
crush
push
it with
the
a
boulder on it, you're like, goodbye,
That's
unicorn.
your-
Salt in the wind as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that, we've never given a boss where you got to, kill it with pushing boulders on it and, like you said, lighting fires near it.
I think really,
We've done quite a few quest
skilling
bosses,
boss always
Yeah.
comes up to being a larger evil tree.
Yeah. We've done some hybrid bosses. I remember when Char in Firemaker's Curse
Yeah.
was designed to be a kind of hybrid boss because you lay the, they're
You
doing
like
the
the
fires. So that was a kind of half work. The response was all right, I think. Anyway, good story. Cool story, bro.
Yeah, into some general questions. Midnight Down asking, can you update the drop table on Nurks or Nurkivals?
Necreals.
Necreals, that's the one, Necreals.
Yes.
Let's call them Nurks.
We could.
Yeah.
I asked Timbo and he's like, yeah, sure.
Basically, someone said they haven't gotten a rework while all the other demons did. However, someone did reply to this and said, but wait, where are you going to get your rare thread drop from? Because lesser demons and great demons also have lost their thread drop. So he's concerned.
You gotta run
over-
around and kill imps.
He's concerned over the lack of thread drop.
The imps
from other
not drop
demons.
threads anymore either.
Timbo's
Imps,
watching,
right.
he can note that down.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned my Timbo half enough. Like
Yeah.
last week, it was a lot. I
Yeah.
think we need to.
I heard.
Is it-
Mod Timbo
Just-
gets 1,000 tweets.
No. I heard. I heard at the water cooler earlier, right? Upstairs, the Jagex water
Oh
cooler.
dear, this is... Take this with a pinch of salt, guys, right?
that if you to tweet mod Timbo with nice things, he can make your player moderator.
No.
Just leave. I just heard it. I overheard it.
Oh, can we do one of the questions from the feed?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Zarlak, why don't you spend a month just working on fixing stuff with no new content? So that's a cracking
That's
question.
what the ninja team kind of
Yeah.
do, but
It's kind of our purpose. We had other stuff as well and whatnot,
Yeah. I mean, there are reasons why we don't. I quite like that you're ticking over and then whatever's kind of risen to the top that month, whatever's really kind of like grinding people's gears
Yeah.
is what you do, rather than just going like, right, let's clear out everything, and by the way, you're going to get nothing for the next couple of months or something like that.
People would know like that.
No.
there's a lot of players who
It's
like the
about
new
kind of
edition. So.
Yeah.
As in, if you did nothing for a month, great. I mean, some people might be happy with that, but there's a lot of people like
a bit no update month out.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We do get that a lot, like with like our ninja stuff. It's like, here's a ninja week, but then lots of people are just like, where's the update and stuff? So that's the reason why we don't do it.
Yeah. But we're well aware some people see the patch notes as like, that's the first thing they go to.
I mean, as a ninja team, we always try to have that one thing that people are going to screenshot and put on Reddit,
Yeah,
like each week, and be like, fix of the century or whatever.
indeed.
That was we got fix of the decade this week, didn't we? For the
Yeah.
vial fish in Dungeoneering.
Yes.
What a trivial thing. There's one in the chat from Jersey asking, can you add a way to increase the font size, please? I think that's kind of a bigger issue with scaling
That's
UI. which is
something we will be
scaling
looking
UI
at.
with resizable, especially with 4K becoming more common.
We will be looking at it. The problem is the way in which RuneScape does fonts is we don't have vector fonts, we have basically sprite sheets. So when we put fonts into game, we have to choose the size, and then we actually the
Set
whole
size.
thing is just a sprite sheet. It's not drawn. So
I know this because
we
I
are
once
looking
asked
at
for,
it, but it will be lots of sprite sheets rather than just the case of going, oh yeah, set that font to 12. It's not
for a thumbnail once, I wanted the font, and so I asked someone for it, and they just sent me a sprite sheet of it. It's just like, cool. I can't use this, but okay. So what about scaling UI? Something possible? That's something that I guess as we go into the future will be something more required heavily.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's
back to you.
going to be a lot of work.
All right.
Yeah.
And next
But
one.
definitely the
chat.
text one is something that I want to look at.
Autumn Elite from the chat. Karanja Graphical rework.
I know people who really want to do that. My Joe, this is like his big thing. He wants to do it.
He was talking about doing it in Tap.
Yeah, so Tap our kind of personal time, where we get to do kind of passion projects and things. My Joe has been looking into it because I think he hates it so much. The trees, the Shai Kahan, and all of this.
He's looking after.
He's not updating.
Oh, I don't know if you could do the lion.
No, that's Black Knight Titan territory.
Black Knight. That's,
Oh, everybody loves that. I don't know. Has it got that much
kind
love?
of. It's like that's like a
Chat, back me up here. Would you want it updated?
What, updating Shaka Khan? Or whatever he's saying.
It's Shia Khan, isn't it?
Shia Khan, no, Shai
Shia
Kahan. I do know the name of it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Falador. He's taking over Falador. Rod Joe's looking after the Falador rework right now.
Yeah, that's something we haven't talked about.
Spoilers.
Yeah, a little bit spoilers. We can do
Is that
that.
spoilers?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm
So
joking,
we
it's
did,
fine.
you know, that
Sorry.
I think we can mention a little bit the graphical rework.
We showed it on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know the graphical rework. We're just kind of going to tart it up a bit. Tart it up a bit. So we're going to throw in some content in there, maybe.
Okay.
Some stuff to do. So there's actual reason, more reason to go to Falador. So we come up with some nice themes. Got one Voltaire working on some stuff on that. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. What I see.
Cool. Other ones from the chat. Can you please remove the strange rock statue 1 week cooldown timer? No way. We've been over this before, haven't
Yeah,
we?
we've been over this.
Like
No.
the amount of players who have
Like,
spent. Is it
I'm pretty
30
sure.
weeks?
I'm
Is it
pretty sure
30
people are
weeks?
think if they
Is
ask
this
enough,
is
we're
this
gonna say
called
yes.
the Heart of Stone? What's this?
Shattered Heart or...
Shattered Heart.
I think it's Shattered
Yeah.
Heart.
It's not Statue
That's-
of Damarok, is it?
Yeah.
It's that one.
The-
Yeah, Statue of Damarok, not Rhiannon, not Rihanna.
That's
No,
the Elf City one, which doesn't have a cooldown,
No, it doesn't.
which is pretty sweet, obviously.
But the
limited.
Shattered Heart takes. Is it 30 weeks? Am I right in 30? Is
I
it?
want to say 32.
Yeah.
I've,
Go on, yeah.
the
something
point
like
is, players have spent 32 weeks doing it. If we remove the cooldown,
Like
You
the
could-
rage.
yeah, exactly. The
And
rage.
taste it.
Think of the
that.
rage.
Quicker comp though. Oh.
That's why the
Job done.
rage.
That's why the rage.
Yeah,
comes
that's
from.
why the rage. Can you replace the withdraw X to the Beast of Burden to withdraw all, or withdraw all but one for the Beast of Burden? At the minute, if you withdraw from a Beast of
I wouldn't
Burden, you can
replace it.
only withdraw X.
I wouldn't replace it because otherwise, how can you withdraw X? Like, I can only withdraw all of my.
What would be the use in all but one? Why all but one? I guess maybe with
I
all.
think they just want to like withdraw all their food, but like a lot of people withdraw like some potions, like for instance, Sour Brews, not Super Sour Brews, but
Because you
like,
can't.
you can't at the
put
moment.
this
We are
Beast of
addressing that. Sorry, I'm not just laughing at you.
Okay.
But yeah, like some people fill it half Sour Brews, half food. Like so if we just did withdraw to all, like how could you do half and half?
Mm.
You'd have to like get it to your inventory.
We
close the
already
bank
opened up
and-
the awesome new interface for the Beast of Burden,
Yeah.
so it's kind of.
That was pretty sweet. Yeah. I'm using that.
Another question. So Zerosian emissary. Any way we could get special drops added to the new elite monsters? Right now they seem a little uninteresting. It says 3 times drop table roll.
I've just been talking to Modlium about, I think there were a couple of the monsters that were a little low-balling it on their drops. Dot Beast in particular, that's one that kind of comes to mind. So he is looking at improving that in the near future, so that's good.
Okay.
But in terms of new drops, there won't be any, I'm afraid. But hey, you get some cool new Slayer mobs, some elite mobs in November, I think, from the Runelabs.
Yep.
They will have unique drops, so look out for those.
How many did we go for? What won the poll for?
We went for top 3, and then if they have the time, they'll make the 4th and so on. I think.
And somehow camels are in there. Number 3, the camels snuck in.
The elite camel.
The elite camels. So get some
Elite
Acthanicos
monsters.
lore in there.
The chat will probably want me to ask it, so I'm going to ask it anyway about the elite mobs dropping Slayer masks as a super rare drop, so that you don't just get them from Treasure Hunter.
Yeah, I haven't caught up with Modlium about that.
We answered, well, I badly answered this last week
Oh,
as well,
right.
but I mean, like, I don't believe so. I don't think that's you. The Slay Mask is a treasure hunter item. I believe it's going to stay the treasure
I
hunter.
wanted to ask just because I know they'll want me to ask. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
ask away.
If anything, it'll be
Good go,
failures in
James.
the future.
I mean, there is a possibility that maybe in the future, but for now, no.
What are you laughing at?
Apparently, now I haven't looked at the code, so I can't confirm or deny this. If you say moo in the chat at the same tick as you kill a cow, there's a greater chance of getting an elite cow. There we go.
Okay.
I can't confirm or deny this. You're gonna have to try it for me, guys. Sorry.
Sono Shindo is asking, will we ever see a rework to the player in house?
That is a massive job. I cannot underline how massive that is. The number of like different locks we put in there and the different skins.
The answer you're looking for is no.
No, I think it's almost worth saying no.
Say no.
I think I've said before, like
if we do something construction, we do surface. We're looking at there are better ways of doing persistent kind of customizations for me and me only on the surface. But saying that, I think it's next week, we have got some kind of POH fixes. There's going to be some nice little things in there. There's a lot of things people were like submitting on the forums, because I know that Modalo went on there and kind of garnered some stuff. Things like my upper floors can be a different theme from my lower floors, playing around with some of the kind of costume room stuff. So a lot of kind of these quick fixes, alongside maybe some Elf City stuff that people have been asking for a long time. No, I can't remember. I think it might have been Autumn Elite has been badgering me for a while, so that's coming out with it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's all coming.
Doesn't it? Or Calvin.
Yeah.
It's the Runelabs, remember?
what?
Never mind. I think you were dazed away.
Distracted.
Storms Gaming asking, add the ectoplasmator to the tool belt.
Oh, we really wanted to do this. So it was something that me and my doctor talked about when we were doing the tool belt, because we wanted the plasmator on there. But then there was issues of getting both plasmator and tuned ectoplasmator on there, but they degrade, or at least they lose charges.
The tuned one degrades when you use the ectoplasm on it, obviously.
And I don't remember where we finally got to, but effectively, whichever way we implemented it, people would have raged. It's one of these things, like we couldn't have won. I think there's probably a solution in the future. The plasmator, when we looked at it in the back end, wasn't used as much as things like the Bone Crusher. So it was really making sure we hit and got the Bone Crusher on there. But we haven't forgotten the ectoplasmator. We want it on there. It's just that we hit some real technical hurdles.
So there's a question from Runic Lord of Melons asking, are there any major updates for the second half of the year you guys have not announced yet? Could you give us some sneaky teasers?
Well, you've done it with the Falador stuff, haven't you?
You stole our answer to it.
I swear we said about that.
Yeah, but it was the extra files or stuff. There is, I mean, like from a Ninja point of view, I'm aware of stuff. I do believe we'll have a rather cool teaser next week. Super hyped about.
It's a good one. Though.
It is a good one.
It's a good teaser.
Yeah, we're all very much in the Ninja team.
It's one of
looking
those
forward to doing
small
it.
fixes that's actually giant. It's gonna, you know, that's the patch note dominating kind of thing.
So yeah, like tune in next week for that. We won't tell you what it is until we actually show it. And then we've got some other stuff, but it's all stuff that I kind of want us to work a bit more on before we start talking about. You
know how like in the games industry, in the lead up to like E3, like nobody puts out any news and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we're hitting this kind of point where it's like, can't really talk about anything before RuneFest. You know, with RuneFest, we're going to kind of
There's someone asking if
hit
you
people in the face with things.
There's someone asking in the chat, there's questions these have gone now, they're asking something about RuneFest.
Yeah, they wanted a kind of a sneak of
sneak
of something that's coming up in RuneFest.
Or look at last year's videos and get something similar with new stuff.
Yeah, you'll find out new stuff in there. But if you want kind of sneaks of some of the things that are going to happen there, you get to, I'm sure you won't be surprised, you get to play a bit of Chronicle. But we've just been working on the skill chip stuff. And there's some really cool, weird things in there. But the idea of basically a Halloween style thing, that maybe you're sticking your hand into things that you don't want to be sticking your hands into. That sounds disgusting. I tried to keep it vague, but it made it more disgusting. I can't do it. Imagine a series of holes in front of you. No, that's still... It's brilliant, whatever. Just imagine it.
I feel I'm thinking of a thing. I'm sure you'll feel what it is and guess what it is.
That's it. So that scene in Flash Gordon, one of the best movies of all time.
Okay.
Basically.
I'm getting requested to take my shorts off.
We did have a question this week. I read it out in the office. I don't think I can repeat it on the street. That one.
Why your shorts?
I don't know.
They want to see Mod Boner in the flesh. I don't know.
I've got my leg off. No one wants to be my
For Mod Pie, okay.
Hello.
Is it possible to make it so that debuff spells automatically are cast on our target when we click the spell from the action/ability book, instead of having to click on the spell and then on the target?
So I had
make
to
it smoother, like an ability.
I had to double check this But basically, if you go into the combat settings, there's a button in there called manual target casting. Turn it off.
There you go.
So yes, you can already do
Runic
it.
Lord of Melons. There you go, my friend. Question answered. Also, RTD Teehee, what happened to the Hydrix degrade to dust that was supposed to go out last week or with this week's update?
Not sure there was a supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Nah.
So it wasn't supposed to go out with the next update. You're going to hate this answer, guys. Sorry, but it's in the backlog.
Yeah.
But it's definitely confirmed. It's happening. It's in the Ninja backlog, ready for a Ninja to pluck it and make it theirs.
Yep.
You're projecting again, aren't you? You're doing a project at the moment.
Yes.
Really? Yeah.
Basically, I'm really scarily busy at the moment. So like, you may have noticed that the beta's not getting updated as often at the moment. Like, I'm not picking up as many combat fixes. I'm just working on a big project at the moment that sadly I can't tell you about.
Yeah, basically the science of cloning is behind at the moment, and it's really annoying that we can't get more of you, I think.
Aw. Thanks, man.
That's all right.
Cameron Calpy's like, what about me? Praise me. Praise me, almighty Lord Osborne. He's gonna shout at me after this tweet. Karen 467, is Karos still alive and will he come looking for his ring?
You've done the Karos question again.
He's asked me this, but probably because I came up with the lore on it last time and what I made up clearly wasn't sufficient.
Fenkenstrain's monster is made up of the body parts of Karos.
That simple, all along. I said he died in the fire of 1,000 suns.
Well, obviously some bits remained.
Couldn't come back looking for his ring. Isn't he buried there? That's how you get the ring. Or is he not buried? Is it just the ring that's there?
Did you find the body parts?
No, found the ring.
Sequel confirmed. Fenkenstrain's Monster 2. The most unlikely sequel ever.
I mean, there's a lot of lore though. Like, you deliberately leave stuff open-ended so that you can pull stuff.
Yeah,
you don't write lore for every single thing because stuff changes along the time, and you never know when you might want to bring in a character.
Sometimes
again,
it's really nice as a developer to have that grab bag of stuff. You can just kind of go, actually, nobody's done that, or nobody's done that. Mod Ollie is my favourite for that. What he'll do is he'll get a quest, like the Seren quest, and he just went, right, what's really cool? That's good, that's good. They're unrelated, I don't care. I'm going to find a way of pulling these all together. He just collects together cool stuff. Obviously, he does it really well as well. But yeah, it's just nice to have those tools and those open strands to use if you want.
Okay, and then because we do get a lot of questions every week, like especially questions from the forums asking,
quick lore.
What happened to this person's brother's mother's cousin during this quest cutscene? I saw him in the basement over there, and you're just like, I'm not going to ask that. That's the kind of open-ended stuff we leave up
I
to
really
you.
want to kind of lower myself down on a wire, like Mission Impossible, whenever those questions come in, and just try to answer them and then lower, and kind of come back up.
Try to see if we can get a harness up.
Big enough, yeah.
Archie Chan was asking, did you look into the HP regen while in combat and why it was removed? Did you find any reasons?
I did. It was removed because people kept on making lots and lots of them, and when they started stacking, it basically rivaled Soul Split. So what I need to do, I can turn it back on, but what I need to do is I need to stick a hard cap in there so that, you know, if you turn too many these things on, you don't get anything out of it.
Okay, fair enough.
So it's on the Ninja backlog.
It is. I know you're going to make
fun
that
backlog.
And are you going to make that public, Mod Calpy?
No.
Possum RS, for invention, we'll be able to use dyed weaponry. I don't know why we'd penalise you for. Okay, we might penalise you. Or
just look at your face.
We don't know why we'd penalise you. You're like, don't say that.
James, we got a question about Nob the Gnome in chat.
Oh,
Mod James, can we have Nob the Gnome quest?
This was a quest that I came up with the Ninja team collectively came up with a little while ago. We didn't answer.
Sorry, I've hijacked the question, but I was so excited that it came up.
Who knows? There's so much love for Nob the Gnome. I'm sure
only
you'll find
within
something out
only
at
within the
RuneFest
ninja,
about
only
Nob.
within the ninja team. This is Nob start with a G, by the way.
Thanks for that clarification.
In true gnome fashion.
Anyway,
what was the
carry
question
on.
in the first place? I've forgotten the first one.
Dyed
weaponry.
So I was talking to the guys actually, and there's kind of, because obviously dyes stop degrading to dust. Is that right? If you apply a dye, it stops an item from.
I swear it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
No, there was. I should know this.
There are issues with the degrading because with inventions, which they need to overcome first. So it may not come out with invention. Is the answer I'm giving right now.
So
Sorry.
So you can't.
disappointing.
So you can't take your dyes off. So buy more weapons with dice, I guess.
There will be something in place. We'll have a solution. It won't be as simple as, by the way, if you've dyed something, you know.
We could always allow them to remove the dye with that, you know, that cloth you use to
fine
remove
cloth from because you got to do shades of Morton to get it. Or you got to go to the G and you're like, fine cloth on the G. Can't be that
remove
expensive.
this multi-million.
What did you say that was wrong? Everyone's saying yes, it does. It makes it repairable at 0%.
There we go.
That's
See,
the
I wasn't
one.
entirely
Basically, it's the degrade. Oh, I know what it is. I think it's on if you dye things like malevolent, etc. It stops the degrade to dust. It just hits 0 instead.
The problem is invention items have a different way of dealing with kind of degrading and you know, all of these things. So it's just kind of marrying up those two systems makes it quite difficult. Anyway, that's boring. Let's move on.
Okay, right.
It is cleaning cloth.
Can we do anything else with divination energy? That's from RS Datit.
Well, there's invention.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hoard.
Oh,
Hoard that energy.
prices of divination energy just went up.
Yeah, exactly. Minips.
That hash one manip.
Delavis asking, could we have more rewards for dungeoneering since the release? Since I'm too blind, I don't know how.
Since with the release of more tier 85 gear, Chaotix has sort of lost its shine.
There you go. He's gonna read about.
Boom. Oh yeah. I don't have an answer.
The thing with that is, there's already a lot of stuff on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
I mean, it's the.
And you've got the sneaker peeper that you can buy, and you can buy as many as you want of those.
It's like, you know, we were talking about the drops for like elite mobs and stuff, and it's hard coming up with constantly more and more rewards. You know, it's like how can we struggle at times because what else can we make?
Well, the other
at
thing
the
is
times,
we get that thing where we don't want it to be like tier 95.
Just go to dungeoneering. That's all you need. Just go to dungeoneering. Like we like sending you to different places to get all of your different things, and the fact that top end isn't from dungeoneering is quite good in my opinion, because you do have to go all the way around to get it from all these different places. Like, that's just my opinion anyway. I don't know if anyone else.
I just don't think anything more needs to be added there. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It might be worth having a look and seeing
a lot of nice scrolls on there.
how many people have exhausted it. I doubt there's too many.
Imagine I would have guessed quite a few.
Yeah, there'd be quite a few.
Well, okay, all right. Well,
I've got a lot of friends with 200 mil dungeoneering.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Should we take one? Should we take one more?
Yeah, go for it.
We'll go with this one at the top. Geg89 asking, can we have a Slayer unique drop for Slayer monsters so that only on task you receive them? You can receive them.
So basically, you know, like we've done for the Abyssal Wand Orb and the Wildy-worm weapons, they want that to be kind of pushed out to other things.
Ice Strike worms, but you can only kill them on task rather than kill them off task.
I mean, I think going forwards, like any new stuff that we do want to go on Slayer and stuff, we will be most of the time using the you have to be on task to get it sort of thing, because it works quite well.
Keep the price of Slayer items slightly higher as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard when it comes out because everybody wants the rinse set.
Like we did with Rune Dragons there, you had to get tasks.
Yeah, so it's something we'll use.
Okay, well I guess that was the last question. Is there anything else you wanted to, or was there anything else in there before we end, because that's quite quick.
So Hawkey Hugo has asked when will Mod Osborne become a legendary pet? There was a time when Mod Elfborn, at the top of Tower of Voices, which was like an Easter egg we chucked in, would follow you for a couple of hours, just kind of saying updates that were coming out in the future and just basically ruining everything. And it was deemed too annoying.
Too annoying.
Too annoying, so we kept it purely to the top of the Tower of Voices. To this day, I'm gutted.
I have another question. Are there Easter eggs in the Elf City that people still haven't found, that you know of?
Has the Hunter title been found?
I think all the
titles.
have been found. If you found Hunter title, then I'm really impressed.
Yeah, that was always meant to be the hardest. The problem is that mods have big mouths and we can't help ourselves. Like if there hasn't, something hasn't been found, then we just generally tweet about it. Like after we get to 1,000 followers or something. I know that Raids has Easter eggs that haven't been found yet.
Yeah, they've got some amazing ones.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling anything.
I think we've all set an alarm.
So good.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Yeah, so all the titles have been found.
Yeah, so I think a year on from now, I think we set an alarm that if nobody's got it in a year from Raids, I think we're going to tell people about it. It's been shown in sprint reviews, and my gosh, that is a good Easter egg.
I've seen the Easter egg. It's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of time been put in that.
Right, I guess that's it. Anything else you want to mention this week? Anything about updates, polls?
Name
Runelabs?
this clown.
Name this. Get the picture.
Name
the picture.
clown.
Name the clown. Name the clown picture. There we go. Oh, and we can't see it, but yeah, it's on the screen right now. Name the clown.
Ah.
Name this clown. Are you not going? Oh, this might. I mean, what did you say earlier? I don't remember what you said. This might go into game.
You looked at the image.
With that model.
Yeah.
My favourite so far has been Giggity. I quite like that.
You looked at the image.
Yeah, I've seen the images.
Thanks.
It doesn't have the requisite bulge.
Amazing. There we go. There's the clown.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up there. There's no community stream later because it happened earlier today. So if you missed it, you can go on the RuneScape profile and watch it on the past broadcasts. If you were looking forward to it later, yeah, there you go. It's already happened, so you can view it there. That's it. Just thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks so much.
Bye.